All right, I am live. Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and today I am doing a reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising fire signs. That's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. If you don't know your Sun, Moon, or Rising, you can go to astro.com or cafeastrology.com. I've left the links in the description box below. Okay, I'm just going to dive right in. I am starting the reading with the Oracle of, what am I saying? The Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. And I've already picked the first three cards in the interest of time. And then I will clarify with the Good Tarot. I'm learning these cards slowly but surely. So we'll see how it goes today. It's closer to the end of the day, so I'm curious how this reading will be compared to the last one, because the last one was quite early in the morning. So I was feeling a little bit tired shortly before I started this video. But then again, I feel a little bit tired early in the morning. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So first card, we got To Be Fair in the protection position. And this is talking about being an advocate, standing up for someone, or possibly standing up for yourself. Also owning up for anything that you've done. Righting any kind of situation that you feel is wrong or out of whack. Yeah, you're I don't know. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. I have trouble with words. that's that's one lesson I'm learning. but but yeah. So you're stepping into a place where you can, again, you can be an advocate. You can help somebody get justice. It's really good. It's really positive. And then you have the milk and honey card. And this is great. It's such a beautiful card. It's about all the abundance, all the abundance that comes to you when you step into this place of true authenticity in yourself. And it's about being nourished on every level. And this elephant is bathing in the milk and honey and is enjoying itself quite a lot, using all its senses. And I don't know if you can see, there's a face up there, above the rainbow, and it's like you're being looked after. The universe has your back, and the rainbow kind of represents all the good things that are being brought to you, and you can just kind of luxuriate in the abundance that is rightfully yours. And you have Fork in the Road. And this one was also in the protection position. And one of the first things about this card, I've only chosen it a few times, not very much. And so I was just kind of examining the picture, and I was noticing that this animal, I'm not sure what it is. At first I thought maybe it was a llama, but then it has antlers and it's got a different kind of face. I don't know. Maybe you know what it is. But at first it looked like it was tied up to this, I don't know what you call these, the signpost. And then I noticed that the leash is actually on the ground. It's not even tied to the pole. It looks like it's tied to the pole's shadow, which means it's not really tied up at all. And that animal can move where it wants to go. This one in the protection position. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting. I totally had this. Number 13, lucky number 13. I'm going to have to read it again because my brain. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so this card is about indecision. That you are needing to make a choice and finding yourself not knowing what to do, which choice to make, feeling like you'd rather just not make any choice. Maybe you feel like you just want to let things happen the way they're going to happen. Maybe let someone else make that choice. However, in the protection position, it's important to know that by not making a choice, that's still a choice. The thing about not making a choice is that now you are letting the circumstances around you choose for you. So you are essentially giving your power away. And this is calling you to take the power back, to go ahead and make that choice. It's an illusion that this animal is tied up. You can take the reins that you think has tied you up, and you can move in the direction that you want to go. If you want to move up, this thing could climb a tree if it wanted. Even though it doesn't look like it's built for it. But the point is that it's in your hands. You need to take, I keep saying it, you need to take the power back. Empower yourself by making that choice. And the thing about choices is that there are no wrong choices. I think it's very easy to become paralyzed when faced with making a decision, because there's this sense of, if I don't make the right choice, then, all the bad things are going to happen. There's going to be some kind of fallout. But I believe that we are faced with choices. Number one, to help us tap into our intuition, learn to listen to that very quiet inner voice. And the more that we can tune into it and follow its lead, that voice does get louder. But also, it's learning that whatever choice you make in any situation is the correct one because you made it. So, there's always that kind of shoulda, coulda, woulda thing that can go through our minds. I made this choice. It didn't work out. I should have made that choice, because if this didn't work out, then that probably would have. But that's not necessarily true. There's always the potential that the choice that you made was actually the better choice, that had you made the other choice, that could have been much more, let's say, disastrous. And really, had you made the other choice, that would have been the choice you were supposed to make. It's all about the learning. It's all about what you get out of making the choice. And sometimes we make the choice and we go, oh, I'm not so into this choice. I think I'm going to choose differently next time. there's your lesson. So then next time you can try something else. And I know it's not that simple. I know that there's disappointment and heartbreak and, so many things caught up in our perception of making the wrong choice. But just try and remember that everything you do, especially when you are making choices, when you're not just throwing up your hands and saying, "Well, I'm just going to let it work itself out. I'm going to let someone else decide." When you actually make the conscious choice to make a choice, then you are empowering yourself. And then it's actually helping you to learn and grow and helping you grow into your most authentic self, which opens you up to amazing amazing everything that life has to offer, all the abundance, all the nurturing and nourishment. And look, that elephant is so happy, splashing around, having so much fun. There's so much joy in this card. You got to make the choice so that you can move towards your joy. By making the choice of not choosing, you're not moving towards your joy. You're just you're just letting, I don't know how else to say it. You're just giving your power away. You're letting yourself be moved by the elements when you could yeah, I don't know. If you're in a storm, if you're in a windy storm, you can be blown around or you can find shelter, you know? Like it's up to you. So let's clarify. What's going on? What do we need to know about this? Advocating, making a choice. What are you doing? What are you up to? You got big, great things coming. Oh my God, that milk and honey card is amazing. I believe I shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle again. Feeling like I need to shuffle a little bit more. I burned some Palo Santo. That's what it's called. I always forget which word comes first. I think it's Palo Santo. And it's a wood from South America, I think, from a tree, and it's it has a similar effect to burning sage. It's kind of a cleansing type of thing, and my energy was just feeling a little off, and I kept getting messages of you especially with doing this kind of work where I'm putting myself out in the world. I'm working with the energies and inviting energies in. It's really important to protect myself. So I went ahead and burned that. So I have invited in our spiritual entourage to help guide us in this reading. I have burned the yummy smelling wood. And now I will choose a card. What do we need to know? This one. Three of Earth. Three of Earth. This one is about creative collaboration, coming together with others. Oh, wrong book. Let's try that again. Three of Earth. Teamwork, building on solid foundations, dedicated collaboration, and group efforts. So right away, it's making me think about this card, how you're being an advocate. You're showing up in some way for others who may not be able to show up for themselves. Or maybe you're showing up for yourself, but you're providing some kind of support. And what's happening is that is bringing you together with others. And when we give, we get what we give. So, it's not going to go unnoticed. I feel like I didn't read from this. I was just going off my memory, but I feel like I just want to read a little bit of what it says about to be fair in the protection position. It says, injustice and inequity are part of life, but they do not have to define your experience. This is a time when you may observe an injustice righted and fairly redressed. Perhaps you come to the rescue of someone else, or you're called to answer for a personal slight. You will be amazed by the sense of power that surges through you when you stand up for yourself and others. Yeah. And by standing up, you are drawing people to you. You're becoming their hero. But it's about teamwork. So maybe it allows others to show up for you. It's telling people that you care. And so they want to show up for you and show you that they care as well. We all have our times of need, our times when we're not feeling our most strong, our most bright. And it's those times when people we've showed up for will show up for us very often. If they truly care about you, if they're part of your real tribe. This one. 6 of air. 6 of air. It's a ship sailing in the sky. And the birds, it's like the birds are leading it. And it's hard to tell. On the front of the ship, maybe it's just a part of the sail. There's something here on the front. And it kind of has a bird-like quality to it. It's darker than the other sails. So I'm not sure what it is exactly. Like, it makes me think of how ships often will have the thing on the front that's like the kind of half statue or whatever. But in this case, it's part of the sail. I don't know. But let's find out. Let's find out what the 6 of air is all about. I have not chosen this one, I think, ever. So, yay, something new. I'm going to stretch my brain. A rite of passage. A necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom. A necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom. A change in thinking. Okay. This is talking about stepping into your most authentic self, being your most authentic self, in order to call in all of the abundance that the universe has to offer. You need to have, or have already had, a necessary change of thinking in order to get this. Your necessary change of thinking is this realizing who that most authentic part of you actually is. Getting in touch with that part of yourself that maybe you haven't been in touch with before, or haven't been in touch with for a long time. Rite of passage. I'm going to read the little blurb at the bottom. However turbulent the waters at the moment, I trust that if I create calm within, my outer conditions will soon be calm too. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm noticing that on this card, it's like, it looks like there's kind of maybe rain and wind that this ship is coming out of, and it's following these birds into the calm. See, there's the clouds that are the more like fluffy, what do you call those? Like the cumulus. I forget the name of the clouds, but um, coming out of turbulence, and also finding that calm in the storm. And I did a reading for you not too long ago where you had found your baseline of happiness. So it's sort of always being able to fall back on that foundation, knowing that no matter what is going on around you, that you have that happiness you can rely on. I am conditioned to expect troubles ahead, but I have shifted my awareness and know that I can choose to believe that stepping into the unknown will bring me to what I truly desire. Stepping into the unknown, making that choice. Yeah, maybe that's why you're not wanting to make that choice, because you're afraid of stepping into the unknown. You're afraid of what's going to happen. And that's a scary thing for many of us, for most of us, is stepping into the unknown is like stepping off the edge of that cliff. You don't know if, if you're just going to step down a foot, if you're going to plummet to the ground like hundreds of feet below, or if you're going to discover you have wings and fly. You won't know until you step. And so it can be so scary. And yet this card is saying you already know, a part of you already knows that you are safe to step into the unknown, that no matter what storms you encounter, you can remain calm. Tap into your trust that the universe has your back. I mean, right here. Universe has your back. There's the rainbow. There's the face right there, the face of the universe looking down, just being like, yeah, I'm bringing you everything that your heart desires. And you are going to just, all the things. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be so joyful and luxuriate and enjoy yourself. You have the best time ever. I am in a transition to something better. Yes, you're in a transition to something better. So turn this upright and make that choice. Start walking. You're not tied up. You can walk down any path you want. And you got a little monkey friend who's going to jump on your back and help you as you move forward. There's your companion right there. Teamwork. The little being you're an advocate for. So cool. What else? Six of Water. I just got this one recently in another reading. This is about nostalgia. It's about sweet memories. But the first thing that I get from this card is that she's very sad. She has this look on her face and she's holding her stomach and she's at the water's edge. And it's like she's not happy. She looks like she's mourning. And it may be that by making this decision, by making this choice to move ahead, that even though it's leading you to your ultimate fulfillment, you are having to leave things behind. You are having to possibly leave people behind who just aren't meant to be on your path, on this new path. You could be leaving parts of yourself behind. And water represents emotions, and she's right here at the water's edge. And it's okay. It's okay to feel this. It's normal. It's important to allow the feelings to come and to wash over you. She almost looks like she's going to fall into the water there. And that's okay if you do. The water is not too deep. You will not drown. You just let yourself float in there for a while, and eventually you'll be okay. You'll continue on your path. Your path is calling you, and that could be part of the storm. And you have clear skies that you're moving into. I want to see if there's anything I'm missing. Did I say it all? Six of Water. Old flames, yeah. Yearning for the security of the old days. And that's the thing. Moving on to a new path into the unknown. There's no security. Of course you're grieving that. It's like, yeah. But the thing is, we've done this before in our lives. We've moved into the unknown before, into the not having security. But then we found our footing, we found our groove, and then we found our security again. And so it's thinking back to those times. Once you get through a situation, then you can look back and say, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have been so freaked out and anxious and worried. So it's remembering that from before and using that as you step forward on this new path. The Queen of Fire is on the bottom of the deck, and this has come up. Did it come up with you? I don't remember, but I'm not going to use it, but she is here. She's lighting. This is kind of a part of yourself, kind of your divine feminine, lighting the way through your heart. And I believe she's about collaboration also with other people. But I'm just going to go ahead and choose one more. This one. Another queen. Queen of Earth. She has her antlers. Most of the Earth cards do, but the antlers are like antenna. So they're tuning you to the frequencies, the higher frequencies of the universe. Another queen. So you're tapping into your divine feminine. Your intuition is very much part of your feminine energies. Everyone has feminine energies, regardless of what body you're in. Everyone has masculine energies. It's part of the balance. And maybe you haven't been tapped in. Fire signs typically are very, very go oriented, movement oriented, and the feminine side is not so much about action. It's much more about being in a more passive state, being in a receptive state. It's much more sort of tapping into that creative side of yourself. And the Queen of Earth, I'm sure I've gotten this before, but let's see what it says. Practical and grounded, trustworthy, earthy, resourceful, a gardener who tends to what has been planted. Yeah. Practical and grounded. So this choice that you're making it from a practical and grounded place. So you can trust yourself, trust this part of you. When you get into your deepest, most authentic part of yourself, that is the part that knows what's best for you. And she's also trustworthy. She's trustworthy, and she shows up for her peeps. She takes care of the ones she loves and advocates for them. And in turn, they advocate for her. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's a win-win. And here you go. This is your ultimate fulfillment. It's awesome. Well done, you guys. If it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. You just trust and know you're on the right path. And keep your eye on the prize, but also stay here in the now, because now is all there is. So keeping your eye on the prize means allowing yourself to feel how good it will feel when you're in the place that you want to be, because that's what brings you your ultimate fulfillment. But also be grateful for what's around you, because that's what allows you to appreciate the little things, so that when you get to that ultimate big place, you're in the practice of appreciating. And so it's like you can take it all in, you can accept it and allow it. So it's awesome. It's a beautiful reading. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. Have a great one. A great rest of your day, a great rest of tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And like and subscribe.